Hello students, today we are going to study the chapter Glimpses of India from our book First Flight. Here three stories are given. First one is A Baker from Goa. A baker from Goa revolves around the relevance of a baker in the Gaon culture, which dates back to the time when Portuguese ruled over the city of Goa. The Portuguese may have left, but the bread makers continue to have an inevitable stature. In this story, the author recalls his childhood days and their excitement on seeing the baker. They were enthusiastic to the point that they would run to him as soon as they woke up without even brushing their teeth. The story takes us back to the time when Portuguese ruled Goa. They were immensely famous for their breads. The narrator often finds his elders thinking about those good old days and telling them that the famous bread date back to the time when Portuguese ruled over Goa. They ponder over the past and tell them that though the Portuguese have left Goa, but the bakers of bread still exist. If not the original ones, their legacy is being continued by their sons. The bakers are still being referred to as padders. Everything about baking is still the same, ranging from those who mold the bread loaf to the furnaces which have survived the ravages of time. The sound of their arrival and the thud of their bamboo stick can still be heard just like the olden times. The narrator recalls that the baker acted as their friend and companion during their childhood days in Goa. The baker used to visit twice a day, once while he was on the round to sell his loaves, and the other time while returning back with his empty basket, having sold all the loaves. It was the sound of his bamboo stick that woke the children up. The children were so excited to meet him and choose from the bread bangles or cancons he made especially for them. While the bangles were for children, loaves were for the adults, and that were generally collected by the maid servant of the household. The baker often made a musical entry with his bamboo stick. His one hand supported the basket on his head while the other banged the bamboo on the ground. He would go house to house and greet the ladies before handing them over the loaves. The parents would scold the children and make them stand aside, but as eager as they were, they would climb a bench or the wall to peep into the basket. They did not even bother to brush their teeth before having those braid bangles because it seemed unnecessary effort for them to pluck mango leaves from the branches to use them for brushing the teeth. They considered brushing unnecessary because the hot tea could effortlessly wash their mouth, and they thought that animals like the tiger never brushed their teeth. बच्चे ब्रेड खाने के लिए इवन वो ब्रश नहीं करते हैं, उनको लगता है कि कौन मैंगोज़ की लीव्स को तोड़ के उससे ब्रश करे, और उनको लगता है कि जो चाय उन्होंने पी है उससे वो दांत साफ हो गए हैं. एंड द थर्ड इज कि टाइगर कभी ब्रश नहीं करता है. Bread is an important part of the Gaon culture, and it is evident from its presence at every important occasion, from sweet breads at marriage to sandwiches at engagement parties and cakes and coconut cookies at Christmas as well as other occasions make the presence of a baker in every village very essential. गांव में ब्रेड का कल्चर बहुत ही फेमस है, मतलब हर ओकेज़न पे इसकी ज़रूरत पड़ती है, जैसे कि शादी में स्वीट ब्रेड्स लगते हैं, इंगेजमेंट के टाइम पे सैंडविचेस लगते हैं, केक्स एंड कोकोनट कुकीज़ और बिस्कुट जो होते हैं वो क्रिसमस के टाइम पे और अदर ओकेजन्स पे। सो गांव में बेकर का होना बहुत ही ज़रूरी है। Bakers were known to have worn unique knee-length frock dresses typically known as kabai. In the narrator's childhood days, he had seen them wearing shirts and pants whose length was shorter than the usual one. It was a part of their identity so much so that even if someone wears the trouser length now, he is said to have dressed like a baker or padder as was said in olden times. ना वो ड्रेस के बारे में बता रहा है कि जो वो ड्रेस बेकर्स पहनते हैं उसको कबाई बोलते हैं। राइटर्स के टाइम पे जो बेकर्स हुआ करते थे वो शर्ट्स और पैंट्स भी पहनते थे, बट इवन टुडे जो शॉर्ट ड्रेसेस अगर कोई पहनता है तो उसको बेकर या पेडर बुलाया जाता है, जैसे कि पहले बुलाए जाते थे उन्हें। The baker had a way of making monthly record of bills on a wall using a pencil and then collecting the money at the end of the month. Baking has always been a profitable profession. The baker's family and workers have always been happy and joyous. The baker was usually fat, which was proof that he had a lot to eat and hence was a proof of his richness. Even in these days, someone with a well-built body is compared to a baker. नाउ राइटर बताता है कि उनका दीवार के ऊपर पेंसिल से वो रिकॉर्ड रखते थे कि किससे कितने पैसे लेने हैं। एंड सेकेंड थिंग कि जो ये बिजनेस था मेकिंग ब्रेड का, ये काफ़ी प्रॉफिटेबल था क्योंकि उनकी फैमिली और उनके फैमिली मेम्बर्स और वर्कर्स सभी काफ़ी खुश रहते थे और वो काफ़ी मोटे भी होते थे। इससे पता चलता था कि उनके पास खाने के लिए बहुत है, इसलिए ये काफ़ी अच्छा बिजनेस करते हैं और इन्हें काफ़ी प्रॉफिट होता है। सो हियर वी कम टू द एंड ऑफ द फर्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ ग्लिम्पसेस ऑफ इंडिया। विल सी इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो द सेकेंड पार्ट। टिल देन, थैंक यू।